Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on strengthening the back. Come into a child's pose, knees hip-width distance apart. If the knees are wide apart, that can be a bit hard on the lower back. Here I'm going to use a block to support my forehead. That way the whole length of the spine is supported. Wrap your arms around, reaching for the feet, allowing the shoulders to soften down. Breathe into the back. The shoulder blades expand on every inhalation. Every exhalation, finding a bit more softness in the body. Begin to deepen the inhalation as you lengthen the exhalation. And within that balance, set an intention for your practice today. Press yourself up to seated, swinging the legs around front and setting your block off to the side. Cap the knees with your hands, sitting up tall. Inhale, shine the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the back, chin towards the chest. Inhale, open through the heart, expand. Exhale to round the back. Continue to move with the breath, inhaling to open the heart, exhaling to ground through the sit bones. Come back to a neutral spine. Inhaling, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, left arm touches down as the right arm reaches up and over, remaining anchored through the right sit bone. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Keeping the left sit bone anchoring down this time. Inhale, come back through center. Interlace the fingers, flipping the palms to the sky. Exhale, round the back, press the palms forward. Inhale, come back through center. On your exhalation, twisting over to the right, left hand on the right knee, right fingertips behind the back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, find a little bit more depth within your twist. Inhale, reach the arms back through center. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Right hand on the knee this time, left fingertips behind the back. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to encourage a deeper twist. Inhale, arms back up through center. Exhale, make your way into tabletop pose, sliding a blanket underneath the knees for support. Align the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points. Inhale, soften the elbows, shine your heart through. Exhale, round the back. Continue to move with the breath, inhaling, pressing the heart forward, curling the tailbone up. Exhale, round the back, inviting the spine to warm up here. Returning to a neutral spine, walking your hands forward, keeping the knees underneath the hips. Slide the shoulder blades wide apart, allowing the heart to soften down towards the floor. Moving into your puppy pose to stretch the front of the body. Pull the lower belly in to support the spine. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes under, send the hips up into downward facing dog. Take some time here to pedal out the heels, rock the hips from side to side. Come back through center, take a breath to ground. Exhale, wave the spine long, bringing shoulders over wrists into plank pose. Lowering down to the knees, take a breath in. Exhale, lower partway, hips, belly button, chest meet the earth. Loop the shoulders onto the back, keeping the hands alongside the rib cage. Inhale, peel the chest up off of the mat, baby cobra. Exhale, roll it back down. Taking a couple more. Inhale, wave up. Exhale to roll down. One more time. Inhale, wave up. This time hovering the hands a couple of inches over the mat, pressing the tops of the feet and the pubic bone into the earth. Exhale to lower back down. Slide your forearms forward, bringing your arms parallel to each other. Lift the lower belly off of the mat into Sphinx pose, actively pressing down through the forearms as you energetically draw the hips forward. Bring your right fingertips to point towards the upper left-hand corner of your mat as you bring your left hand towards your left rib cage. Loop the shoulder onto the back, keeping the hips squaring to the floor. Switch to the other side, bringing the left fingertips to point to the upper right-hand corner of the mat, while your right hand presses into the earth. Twist to look over the right shoulder, keeping the hips squaring to the floor. Slide your forearms forward again, back into Sphinx pose. Press down through the forearms, lifting the lower belly off of the earth. Release the arms alongside you, palms facing up, resting the forehead down. On your next breath in, lift the arms up, peel the chest up off of the mat into your locust pose. Legs can lift as well if the lower back's okay with it. You can modify here by widening the legs. Exhale, lower everything back down, pressing yourself to hands and knees, and back up into downward facing dog. Bring a blanket onto the mat, lowering down to tabletop pose. Left leg extends back, keeping the belly strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, round through the upper back. Inhale, re-extend the leg. Exhale, round under, knee to nose. Inhale, press the heel back. Exhale, round under. Inhale, reach the leg back, touching the toes down. Angle your right leg back, reaching the left arm to the sky. Extend the arm forward, lifting the left leg. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, contract in the center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Return to tabletop pose, pressing the hips up into downward facing dog. Inhale to soften. Exhale, roll the spine long into plank pose. You can always skip these if you'd like, lowering through your chaturanga and all the way to the belly. Inhaling, coming up through your baby cobra, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog. Return to your tabletop pose, moving through a couple of cat and cows to neutralize the spine. From the lower belly, extend the right leg back behind you. Take a breath. Exhale, hug the knee to the nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, round under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug the knee to the nose. Inhale, re-extend, dropping the foot down to the floor, angling the left leg back. Reach your right arm up and over, bicep over the ear, extending through the right leg. Exhale, draw elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Re-extend on the inhalation, dropping your foot down and moving into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the elbows and knees. Exhale, roll out into plank pose. Taking a breath here. Exhale, lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Make your way back into child's pose, stacking your fists or using a block to rest your forehead on. Coming back to the breath and back to your intention. Return to your downward facing dog. Take a wide stance, stepping the feet to the width of the mat. Keep the knees bent. Reach the tailbone up and back. This variation of downward dog is helpful to ease low back pain. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat, keeping a wide stance with your feet. Bend the knees generously. Grasp opposite elbows and gently sway from side to side, relaxing the head and neck. Shaking the head a couple of times yes and a couple of times no. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Inhale, ground. Exhale, press the floor away as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Take your right knee with you, reaching the arms overhead. Stand up nice and tall, finding your balance. Reaching the right leg back, stepping into high lunge. Bring the hands to the hips. Bend generously through the back knee, leaning the heart forward. Reach the crown of the head forward as you work towards straightening the right leg a little bit more. Lower the hands down to frame the left leg, stepping back into plank pose. Press actively down through the hands, round the upper back, nice and strong. Shift forward on the tippy toes. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Stepping the feet back to the width of the mat in your wide stance, downward facing dog. Step your feet back up to the top of your mat. Keeping the stance wide, grasping opposite elbows, swaying from side to side. Release the hands back down. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Inhale to ground. Exhale, press the floor away, rolling up to standing. Taking your left leg with you this time. Finding your balance, firm the lower belly. Stepping the left leg all the way back into your high lunge. Float the hands to the hips, bend through the back knee. Reach the heart forward as you lean over the right leg, working towards straightening the left leg. Bring your hands back down to the earth, stepping the right leg back into plank pose, actively pressing down through both hands, rounding the upper back, firming the lower belly. Shift forward, lowering through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward dog. Stepping the feet wide to the width of the mat. Return to your supported child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here. Return to tabletop pose. your right leg up with knee bent, footprint pressing up to the sky. Soften the elbows, press the heart through. Exhale, hug the knee to the nose, stepping your right foot to your right thumb. Bring your hands to the lower back to support the sacrum, allowing the hips to drop forward slightly, lifting up through the crown of the head. Return your hands to frame the right foot, picking up the back knee, low lunge. Walk your hands forward, lift the left leg high. Exhale, drop your left knee behind your right leg, sitting down and preparing for a seated twist. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Continue to send your breath warm and wide down into the belly. Unwind from your twist, releasing your legs into Navasana, boat pose. Scoop the lower back in and up, relaxing the shoulders down, grasping behind the knees if you'd like more support. Cross at the ankles, plant the hands, step it back into your tabletop pose once again. Lift your right leg, knee bent. Inhale, press the foot up even more, softening the elbows. Exhale, round through the upper back, stepping the left foot to your left thumb. Bring your hands to the lower back, pressing the hips gently forward and down. Release your hands back down to frame your left foot. Pick up your back knee, low lunge. Walk your hands forward, rise the right leg to the sky, dropping that right leg behind the left leg, coming to seated for your seated twist. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Soften the shoulders and bring your gaze wherever it's most comfortable for your neck. Unwind out of your twist, returning to Navasana, boat pose. Scooping the lower back in and up, reaching forward through the hands or bringing the hands behind the knees. Cross the feet at the ankles, plant the hands, step it back, tabletop pose. Move through a couple of rounds of cat and cow to neutralize the spine. Come into a kneeling position, tucking the toes and bringing two blocks next to each ankle, hands at heart center. Take a breath in to lengthen, and as you exhale, begin to lean back, keeping the spine lengthened, reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale, come back to your kneeling position. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lean it back once again. Inhale, come back through center, and we'll take one more. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lean it back. Inhale, come back to the top. Reach your arms forward for Balasana, child's pose. Return to your kneeling position, tucking the toes under, bringing your hands to heart center. Take a breath in to lengthen the spine. Exhale to lean it back. Bring one hand to your block behind you. The other hand remains at heart center. Inhale, come back through center. Take a breath to prepare. Exhale, lean it back. The other hand reaches for the block behind you. Trying to keep the hips and the shoulders squaring forward. Return to kneeling, counter pose with Balasana. Return to kneeling, preparing for camel pose. You're welcome to return to any variations that we've practiced before. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lean it back. Release one hand to your block, the other hand to your block. Shining the heart up. Keep the back of the neck long. Trying not to crunch into the lower back by lifting up and out through the heart center. Exiting just as you entered, coming back and counterposing with Balasana. Bring your blocks in front of you, shoulder width distance apart. Return to a tabletop pose, resting the elbows on the tops of the blocks. Slide the shoulder blades wide apart. Walk the knees back slightly so that you can begin to soften the heart down towards the floor, bringing the thumbs to the nape of the neck. In this variation of puppy pose, you can really begin to expand across the chest with the breath and open up the shoulders. To exit the pose, walk the knees up slightly, taking your blocks off to the side and lowering back down into child's pose, this time wrapping the hands around towards the feet. Slide your arms forward, lowering all the way down onto the belly. Stack your hands and rest your head. Connecting back to the rhythm of the breath and to the rhythm of the heartbeat. Extend your arms forward, palms facing down. Lift the right arm and the left leg. Lower everything back down. Lift the left arm and the right leg. Lower back down. Continue. Right arm, left leg lifts. Lower down. Left arm, right leg lifts. Lower down. Rest here for a few deep breaths. This time, try lifting both arms and both legs at the same time. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows, widen the legs. Inhale, reach forward and back. Exhale, bend elbows, widen the legs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, open back up. Lower everything down, resting here for a few deep breaths. Lift up to Sphinx pose, angling your right fingertips to face the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Bring your left fingertips next to your rib cage, looping the left shoulder up to the sky. Option here to bend at the left knee, reaching around for the foot for a quadricep stretch. Release back through center and move over to the other side, reaching your left fingertips to face the upper right-hand corner of your mat, looping your right shoulder up, option to bend at the knee and reach around for that right foot. Release, press back into child's pose. Make your way onto the back, knees bent, sending your right leg up to the sky. You can wrap your hands around the upper thigh or move the hand up to the calf to experience different sensations along the leg. Bring your right outer ankle to rest on the left knee, using your right hand to press that knee away from you. Another option here is to thread your right hand through that triangle, reaching for either in front of or behind the left knee, hugging the legs in towards the belly. Keep the upper body relaxed on the mat, and keep the toes active and bright on both feet. Releasing the hands, touching the left foot back down to the earth. Extend the arms out to a T. Take a breath. Exhale, tumble the legs over to the left, bringing your right foot down to the floor. Gaze can be wherever it's most comfortable on the neck. Activate the outer right hip by drawing the right knee away from you. If this twist variation is uncomfortable for you, feel free to move into any twist that you enjoy. Inhale, make your way back through center, extending your right leg back up to the sky, releasing it down, and bringing the left leg up. Again, interlacing the fingers behind the thigh or sliding the hands up to the calf to deepen the stretch. Bend the knee, placing the outer left ankle onto the right knee, using your left hand to press the knee away from you. Option here to slide the left hand through that triangle that you made, reaching for either in front of or behind the right knee, hugging the legs in towards the belly. Remember to keep all 10 toes active and bright to protect the knees. Release the right foot back down to the floor, extending both arms out to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the legs over to the right, turning the head to the left if that's comfortable on the neck. And just as before, taking any variation of a twist that you enjoy. Inhale back through center, extending your left leg to the sky and releasing it down to the floor. Hug both knees into the belly. Find a gentle rocking from side to side. Reach around for the outer edges of the feet, bending the knees around the rib cage, coming into happy baby. Avoid curling the tailbone up to the sky. Instead, keep the entire length of the spine on the earth. Release the feet back down to the floor. Have a block handy nearby. Inhale, lift the hips up just enough so that you can slide a block underneath to support the sacrum. You can lift the knees, aligning them over the hips, or even extend the legs up to the sky. Bring some good energy back down into the shoulders by extending the arms, turning the feet on the ankles and the hands on the wrists. Another variation here is dropping the knees towards the belly to further release the lower back. Drop the feet down to the floor, bringing the feet to the width of the mat, allowing the knees to tumble in towards each other. Slowing down your practice, slow down the breath, focusing inward. Heel toe the feet back in line with the hips. Press into the feet, lifting the hips to remove the block off to the side, lowering all the way down onto the back, extending the legs, and moving into Shavasana, your final relaxation pose. Notice the sense of space in the body. breath returns to a rhythm that makes sense for you. Stay here as long as you'd like. Namaste.